What is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. Spurs have beaten Charlton 5-1 in the Carabao Cup. Second round, sailing through to the third round. First time I've seen Tottenham win a domestic game of football since November 2024, but today doesn't belong to me. It belongs to Savio, because what a cameo from our new Brazilian signing, our new Brazilian genius. A lot of people wondering why we paid 85 million. The guy can't finish, the guy can't score. Well, within 5 minutes of his cameo, he shut everyone up, scoring an absolute belter off the bench after coming on with 20 minutes to go. Unbelievable cameo from Savio. Apologies, got interrupted, but our new Brazilian wizard, come on, his cameo today lit up the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it was, look, we won at a canter. It was a pretty comfortable win at the end of the day. There was some stodgy moments first half, struggling to break down Charlton, and in fact, after about 25 minutes, Charlton were the ones who had the better opportunities. But once Tottenham got their goal, Mikey Moore, with a sizzling effort from the edge of the area, Spurs settled down and really took control of the game. And Charlton really had no answer after that moment. Dominic Solanke with a clinical finish inside the penalty box from after a corner fell loose to him in the penalty area. Clinical, good ball striking from him, so that was really good. And then second half, Tottenham just swept aside Charlton. Nice one. Tottenham swept aside Charlton, and it was easy doing. Kevin Danso came on to make it 3-0, and with his first touch after being brought on as a substitute, and it was a brilliant header. He looked like he might have to go off with concussion, but thankfully he was okay to continue. And then the stage was set. Savio was going to be given 18 minutes for the rest of the game to show what he's all about, to show the Tottenham fans what we have spent £85 million on, and boy did he deliver. Immediately was showing bright sparks, immediately take on his man, injection of space, injection of quality, incredible dribbling ability. Within the first few minutes, you could just see the difference in quality coming off the bench when Savio was getting the ball. He initially linked up with Pedro Porro down the right side with a neat little trick, and you could just see there was an injection of excitement in the Tottenham front line once he entered the fray. And then let's get to his goal. What an incredible finish, cutting inside two Charlton defenders and then belting it on his left foot, edge of the area, into the bottom corner. And at that point, it was party time. Every time he got the ball, it was like he was going to make something happen, and the crowd got off their seats. They were kind of expecting something to happen as soon as he got the ball. It was so brilliant. It was just so exciting. And he thought he had a second goal when he was dancing his way into the penalty box, weaving his way in between defenders, jinking, jiving, fake shooting, and it looked as though he maybe taken too many touches, got the shot off, blocked by Ben Davies, and actually found its way into the bottom corner. He thought he'd scored, but Ben Davies was on hand to let him know that he was the one that was going to be claiming that goal, and Spurs had their fifth. Charlton scored a late consolation. They obviously scored from a corner. I don't even know who scored, but they did get a late consolation. But it was a brilliant night to see Tottenham back at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and a brilliant night for all Tottenham fans to see our brand new signing live in the flesh, in action. I know it was only Charlton, I know it was only a little cameo from him, but the night definitely belonged to him, and his cameo. It was absolutely brilliant, and I think everyone I've seen walking out of the stadium is talking about Savio, is talking about our new Brazilian wizard, and it was absolutely fantastic seeing him in the flesh. I can't wait to see him in the Premier League. I can't wait to see him running down the wing with regularity, with more players, better players around him. Obviously he came on, I think we put Matty's Tell in the forward line, he had Mikey Moore to his left, but he could do it all on himself. I thought he already struck up a rapport with Pedro Porro pretty much immediately as soon as he entered the fray. And I think you could see that could well be a match made in heaven, him and Pedro Porro down the right hand side. I just waxing lyrical about him. I know it's only a little cameo against Charlton, but it is his debut. It's the first chance for Tottenham Hotspur fans to see him, and he just delivered. He delivered on the night, so absolutely fantastic. Shout out to Mikey Moore. Brilliant game from him. I thought it took a while for him to get into the game, But once he got his goal, all of a sudden you saw like an injection of confidence straight into him, and he was taking on his man. Again, similar to the Offenheim game, whenever he got the ball, just taking on his man, not scared to go on the inside, on the instep. And you got to say, there's a bit of a question mark now with Mikey Moore, because brilliant performance, brilliant goal, left-footed strike, which went into the roof of the net. And he was more impressive today, playing on his unfavoured side than Mathys Tel. Now, Mathys Tel had a brilliant pre-season, had a decent game against Brentford, but Mikey Moore was the one who got the chances, and today he's the one who scored the goal. He had a better game than Mathys Tel, so I guess De Zerbi has a bit of a decision to make with who he sends out on loan or who he sells, because Mikey Moore has been the one that we're expecting to leave. But with his great performance today, and Mathys Tel kind of not really impressing that much, does that give De Zerbi a decision to make at the end of the window? Who does he let go of, and who does he keep around? Because on this evidence, it might have to be Mikey Moore sticking around, or do they both stay? I think De Zerbi might have some interesting decisions to make. I still think Mathys Tel's got a lot more to show than today, but today Mikey Moore was better, no doubt about it, and he scored a brilliant goal. So a player may be high on confidence, a player may be, the Tottenham fans love, an academy player. It's going to be interesting to see, does he decide to send him out on loan? He could still do the loan spell, I feel, but he's better than Mathys Tel, maybe, you could argue, in the last 2 games. Other things to note, Van Hecker had another start and looked a lot more assured today. That was fine. The doggy had a decent performance. Luke Williams-Barnett came off the bench and didn't really have too much of an impression, unfortunately, which is a shame for him. It was kind of a Savio show, or the Savio show, I should say, when he came off the bench. I think today was just more about what could be possible. You could just see a little bit more quality in the front line, and you could just see the difference. And I think a lot of Tottenham fans are coming away with this thinking, if we get the attackers, Marmoush is on his way in, maybe Cody Gakpo, and this could be, you could see a different team, you could see different quality, you could see a different threat. And I just can't wait to see more Savio. Such an exciting player, and I've been saying all summer, I think within 1 minute of him being on the Tottenham team, putting on the Tottenham shirt, fans are going to fall in love with him. I've been consistent in saying that. And he delivered for me especially, and he's delivered for the Tottenham fans within 5 minutes of coming on as a Tottenham Hotspur player. And I think it couldn't be more of an exciting cameo. Let's hope we get news on Marmoush. Let's hope the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is a bouncing place on Saturday when we take on Newcastle, with maybe Savio and Marmoush in the front line together, which would really lift the roof off today already. The Tottenham fans in the stands just couldn't believe what they were seeing. A winger who could take on his man, shoot and score in the same action. I don't know if we've seen that for a while, maybe since Prime Sonny. But I think we might have a new star. A star is born. I'm looking forward to seeing more Savio. Tonight belongs to him. But we're through to the Carabao Cup 3rd round. The draw will be made shortly, so I'm going to go find out who we got. I'll see you tomorrow in the studio. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always,